Soraya Azzabi, it's great to talk to you.
Great to talk to you too. I love how you just said my name.
Well, you're Moroccan, I'm Assyrian and
I
Lebanese, so we're gonna
I
make this
love it.
work as best as we can.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. We are talking your latest film. Congratulations, The Lost
Thank you.
Princess. Uh,
Thank you.
I do have to ask this. I didn't get a chance to ask the director of the film, but oftentimes when it comes to romance and women finding love, there's often infidelity involved in this. And
On
yes, I
which part?
understand. Typically on the female's part. Like if you look at the Hallmark
Oh my
movies,
God,
she's about to leave the guy.
you're walking on eggshells.
I know we have to have it here. You know,
I
we
don't
got to
know. I'd
create the
have to see the
controversy.
statistics,
Watch all the
you know?
Hallmark Harley Quinn romances. They're all there. You know, the guy, she leaves the guy in the city
Oh,
for
okay,
the guy that owns the
you're
horse.
talking fictional.
Well, you're
Okay,
not married to
got
a
it.
Saudi prince. You're not wife number one of four.
No, I'm not.
You know, see, that works for this film because it's like, he's got three others.
Right? You're like he's busy.
Yeah, you know, you got so much time to yourself because he's got three other wives that he's so busy that he almost forgot about you.
You know?
Yeah. But it also plays into the notion of, is this his wife that he cherishes, or is this just one of four that's a collector's item at this point?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it could be either or
Right.
because he was also holding on to her. He did not
Exactly.
want to let her go. So
See, and we have successfully upset the West and the East all in 2 minutes, so it's perfect at this point.
it won't be the first time. So
No, it's okay. So take us through the audition process. You're Moroccan Canadian. The film is shot in
Mhm.
Morocco.
Yeah,
Have you ever been before? Because I'm dying to go to Marrakesh.
absolutely. I was born in Morocco. I was born in Casablanca. So as a young kid, I did grow up a little bit in Morocco, and then we moved to Canada. And I've been going there on vacation, and this is my second film with Hisham, and it's my second film in Morocco.
What's it like going home? Because they always say you can't go home, but you kind of can. But in this regard, instead of going from,
That was weird.
well, welcome to the iPhone,
Listen, my
people.
camera just like, look at this outfit. Boom. You like it?
You look fantastic. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
Your
Say it again.
stylist is going to be thrilled.
It's me and me. The hair, the makeup, and the stylist.
Fantastic. But when you get to go home now, and it's not just a vacation, you're not going to visit grandma and your cousins and everything. It's now a
Yeah.
work trip. But
Yeah.
it's also this strange homecoming of, I've made it as a performer and now I'm at home working as a professional actress. How
Yeah.
exciting is that in that regard of, we left and now I'm back in, Shefina, they finally see
Yeah.
me for who I am.
Yeah. It's um I wouldn't say it's because they finally see me for who I am, but it's the experience of being around Moroccans and you're not the um you know the immigrant or the token brown girl on set. Everybody looks like you, everybody talks like you. Well, no, not really talk like me because they're like they I kind of lost a little bit of, that Moroccan accent and the expressions and all of that. I have like a mix of both. But it's so incredible to be in a set where you're like, I'm not the only one anymore.
Mhm.
Like you're just in a set and it feels extraordinary because I grew up in Canada and the sets were not like that at all. Right now, we do see a change now, where it's a little more different. I would say since late 2020, where this kind of movement changed a bit the industry, so you're not feeling so alone on set anymore. Your looks or your skin or your hair or whatnot, and it feels absolutely extraordinary. And on top of that, we have such an incredible sense of humor. People are so warm and nice and catering, and they really want to take care of you in the most like respectful but loving kind of way. And that was like the first thing that I was like, wow, Allah, this feels so good. It's really fantastic, honestly.
Right. And then the desert itself and the scenery, the castle, that's supposed to
Hmm.
look ancient yet somehow modern. And, finding that was incredible in
Sorry,
when we did our
somebody going.
previous. Right. And, with everything that's going on, how exciting is it to now see the set and you're like, we're capturing Morocco. Morocco is essentially the background for most, we want to shoot in Egypt. We can't shoot in Egypt. We go to Morocco. We want to shoot in
Yep,
Saudi Arabia. We can't go to Saudi Arabia. We shoot in Morocco. We need Iraq. We'll go to Morocco. Like Morocco
absolutely.
has kind of become the
Yeah.
designated set of North Africa and the Middle East.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of film that are being shot in Morocco. And actually when we were there, I don't remember the name of the film, but it was like it wasn't a film, it was a series. And it was a little similar to Games of Thrones. I'm so bad because I don't really watch TV.
Mhm.
So I don't remember the name, but they were shooting maybe like a city right next to us, but we would often see them because we would go to the same kind of like hotel restaurant that was like right in between. So we would also see the other cast and crew members, and it's really interesting to see how there's another film that's completely different, shot even in a different year, and it's incredible. Honestly, it's incredible. And Morocco is definitely uh, th this incredible shooting location where you have everything. You have all climates. You have, you can be in the desert. You can be in the city. You have sets that are completely built just for that. So we're definitely very forward when it comes to films. Yeah,
You can be on the Atlantic coast. You can be on the Mediterranean. You got everything covered.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With a film like this, in the East, the controversy is the infidelity, which we mentioned, and she's wife number one of four, and where's the
yeah.
loyalty? And in the West, the Harley Quinn, she's finding herself and she's finding true love. And it's interesting in the balance that everybody was able to perform to put together, and especially your character, the princess, of there's duty to honor and there's duty to self. How
Yeah.
important is that in the role that you're portraying here? Because there is the expectation of the Emira, and then there is the expectation
Hmm.
of Nour herself.
Yeah. Well, the great difference in this character is in Morocco, we don't really live uh, this kind of stories, right? I've never met anyone that was the fourth wife of anyone in Morocco, or I don't. I don't think anybody would like to have four Moroccan wives. That would be a lot. Um, but living this character was really quite interesting because when it comes to self, that's something that I relate to her. I was like, yeah, you go, girl. You need to, this is it. You only live once. This is your life. You find love. It's so rare, and just go for it. And then when it comes to the other side, this fidelity and being patriotic to one side that honestly does not really care about your feelings, that was a little hard for me to find because who I am would be like, no, absolutely not. I don't care, right? Uh, but you have to find a way to understand that other side and understand why she feels that way. And that was definitely the challenge. It's the feeling of, well, why are you so committed to this other side, and why did you stay for so long, and why aren't you just leaving? But she was also leaving so much, and she was also fearing her husband. So yeah, it was a challenge, but it was a great one.
And, because I know the King of Morocco is so heavily enthralled with the arts and love of cinema. Were you able to talk to any of the princesses of Morocco and just to get an idea what they would think of the role? Is there any secret whispering of like, whatever's going on? Not saying that they don't love their husband. No, I'm not saying that. I don't want to get in trouble because I want to go to Morocco. But yani, oh, I understand, the duty versus self and how much I want to escape just for a day of being recognized when I go in the street type deal.
Well, I think that's a question for Hisham and ask him why didn't I get to speak to any royalties in Morocco? Yeah, you know what? I'm actually mad at that.
The next movie that Hisham makes, we're gonna make sure that
No
you
matter
get
what,
to.
it needs to be in the castle itself. Like,
We're going back to Casablanca. We're gonna make it happen.
exactly.
Yeah. No, but this is an action adventure romance film, and then your co-stars, just the list of co-stars of who's who in the film with you, and then Gary Dourdan is always incredible in everything. Gary could fall asleep on screen, and we're still gonna watch for the next 20 minutes.
It's exactly what I was saying. It's exactly. Gary is one of the most annoying person I know. And in the best way possible because he's so good at everything. And just his presence itself, you're just like, wow, you're oh yeah, this is great. He can do anything. It doesn't matter what it is. He can do anything. He's absolutely great, but he's also so fantastic with the crew and the cast member and so generous with his time. It's incredible to see him. Like people will come to him and ask him for like a million pictures, and he is just as happy to take it with the first person to the last. He's just that incredibly, incredibly annoying person.
And
Okay.
the fact that he's pretty on top of it makes you even more angry about it.
You know what? Yes, the hair, the
Yeah.
skin, the eyes, it should be illegal. Arrest him.
I've met Gary at a private event where it wasn't, an interview, and I was like, he is one of the nicest, genuine people. So it's
Yes.
always
Yeah.
exciting, when somebody is actually as genuine as in real life as,
Yeah.
they present to the world. So it's fantastic.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
great jewelry all the time. And I used
Right.
to work on mine.
But when you get to work with somebody like Gary, who's had far more film experience than you have, because I
Oh
believe this
yeah.
is your third film, fourth film,
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
know,
Fourth.
and so this is your fourth film. What
Yeah.
ideas are exchanged between the two of you? How to develop the characters? What's going on behind the scenes where you kind of want to play it like this, but his character is doing something else, and we're doing
So
our extreme close-ups with your own camera at this point.
I know it's like I have a cameraman.
Right.
Um, so this is my second film with Gary. The first one was the moderator. It was also directed and produced by Hisham. The first scene I've ever had with Gary, it was actually with Gary and Robert at the same time. That was the first scene for me on set. And we had about 10 minutes before sunset, and it was like, go, you can't make any mistake, don't forget your lines. Like make sure you're on your mark, make sure you're doing everything correct. And I was like, oh, like this is so much pressure because you're literally working with some incredibly experienced actors that are supernatural on camera. But honestly, just after the first interaction, you're like such a relief because, like you said, he is so charismatic and he's so genuine, and you feel it, and you feel just very encouraged, and all that stress kind of goes away. And on the second film that we did, we already had that friendship, and we would always rehearse the lines together. Sometimes we would change certain things to make it more natural between us. But he, like I said, he's so incredibly generous with his time, and you would say, Gary, can I do my lines with you? And it's like, yep, come on. Like, he's always there. And yeah, it honestly was just an incredible experience. And he just makes you feel at ease, but also shares his knowledge with you in the most respectful way. He's not telling you, no, you should do this, or no, you should do that. He just truly respects the character that you create, even if he has like what 300 years of experience over me, like if we calculate it in film time. And yeah, he's, definitely somebody I look up to. And I'm very, very, very grateful that I've worked with him and learned from him as well.
And then Mourad, who plays Prince Amnaty, he's a wonderful actor as well. Like you have an incredible
I've actually
co-stars
not, I wasn't on set with
with.
him, so I have never worked with him.
Well, we're gonna make sure that you meet him at some point, Lakena.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's Moroccan too. But when with a film like this, the action, the adventure, the romance, this is almost like a throwback film, but it's very modern in its presentation and its
Hmm.
storytelling. How
Yeah.
important is it to have something that encompasses all instead of we need this type, we need that type? It has to fit these check marks, like, and the significance of telling a story like this. Because the story itself is
You
fantastic. It's
you
not
just
just
cut
like,
off at the last part. It just
oh,
froze. Can you tell?
I said instead of just, check, 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 filling out these check boxes, how important was it for you as a performer instead of going, we need a princess who's North African or Middle Eastern, check. We need this
Hmm.
check. We need that check. Instead of actually telling a cohesive story, how important for you when you pick up the script and work with Hisham that you realize the story is the foundation of it all?
Right. So we have a lot, like we said earlier, a lot of films that are being shot in Morocco. A lot of American films that are being shot in Morocco. Yes, here goes the genes again. We have a lot of incredible films that are shot in Morocco. And to have a Moroccan film director take this experience and knowledge that he has acquired from the West and apply it to not only an entire Moroccan crew, but also some Moroccan actors. Um, it gives us a platform to be shown in. And I think that's where um, Hisham's playing a very important role in the film industry, and especially when it comes to Morocco. He's putting us on a different platform, and he loves American films, and you can tell, and he's able to bring that, and I think he's doing a wonderful work. I'm looking forward to making more films with Hisham and more action films too. I think it's fantastic, like action and love together. And he's just like, I want to do it all, really. It's fantastic.
Well, love and war are two sides of the same coin, so it works.
Right.
Now, before I let you go, I'm going to leave you with this because there are going to be people like, why should I pay attention to the story of a Muslim princess dealing with her Saudi prince that she
Yeah.
has the lap of luxury? Why doesn't she just cheat on him and stay
Right.
financially secure and then
Yeah.
do her own thing? Uh,
Right.
for a Western audience, why would you tell them to pay attention to a story that they're going to think this is a Muslim story? And why would you tell an Eastern audience that's, let's say, primarily Muslim,
Mhm.
to look at this and go, oh, it's just a Muslim guy that made a Western film.
Right.
Why should we pay attention to the Western ideology that's incorporated into Eastern culture?
Mhm. Well, we have something that we can all relate to on both sides, and that's love. We've all loved, we've all been loved, and it's an incredible love story within a story. And I think there's a lot of people that are going to relate to the passion, the emotion. If you've Morocco, this film is going to take you there because every single um, images that you see in this film is in Morocco, and it will take you into this incredible journey. And it is touched, just like if I would ask you, why would you watch, a bat that likes to, run and save people? It's the same thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not this. It's something. It's we create stories. Some of them you can relate to. Some of them you can because they're out of this extraordinary imagination, without telling you too much of what happens to my character. And it's storytelling, and you have to love films, and um, you got to give it a chance because it's also made by uh, independent production that puts a lot of heart and passion into it. So it's also important to do that as well.
I love it. Soraya, where can we find you on social media if we want to connect with you?
I my handle is Bragwall. So come on, shoot the question.
What's up? All right, you listen. You want the question? So, one, how did you come up with that? And then
So,
two, how humble are you in coming up with a name like this?
so, so you'll see I'm very humble on my
Oh
page
yeah.
because half of the things I don't post, and I don't post quite often. I do like to do a lot of stories, definitely, but I don't have much time to create posts. I feel like it's very, very time consuming. But Bragwall is because of before Instagram, a lot of people that were either in arts or in their office, they would have this wall where they would hang their achievement before we were able to do it online. So that's why I called it a brag wall, because it's definitely what it is. We post our achievement and our moments, and that's basically that. But not because I like to brag. I promise.
Okay. All right. It's all
I
right.
don't know.
Your
You be
mother
the
will.
judge.
We'll see. Yeah. But Soraya, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the Lost Princess. I'm excited to see what's next for you.
Thank you. And love your Star Wars, by the way.
Thank you.
If you would have told me, I would have worn mine, but you know, you didn't
You
tell
know
me.
what? It is the 70th anniversary of Disney. It's now a Disney company. Let's throw something on for the mouse too. So
You should have told me. I'm mad at you that you didn't.
you know what? When you come to LA, we'll go get some Moroccan harissa, and then we'll argue about Star Wars then.
Deal.